Upcoming summer anime you should be hyped for. Can't believe spring anime is almost done. Can summer top it? Let's find out. Go ahead and slide and smash that like and subscribe. You got new anime videos every Friday, so let's jump into this. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S. That's right, Kyoto Animation returns and rises. Can you actually believe it's been 4 years? They're going for that Attack on Titan long break between seasons. But really, any wait is totally justified. You know about the studio's horrible tragedy. But it's almost here, almost time for Toru and the rest of her Dragon Squad to annoy the hell out of Kobayashi again. But really, you know they love living together. It's also actually fun to notice how there's been so much Isekai or fantasy anime over these past 4 years. Which means you've gotten a good amount of dragon characters to fill the void. That just means, Miss Dragon Maid, you got serious competition. Better bring your A-game, Kyoto Animation. The Villainess Isekai Season 2. The airhead Katarina plus Silverlink? Hell yeah, say less. Can't believe how much I freaking loved this anime last year. You know it, you saw my best anime of 2020. You know how Katarina returning to charm me some more. Let's find out who else she gets to join her growing, expanding harem. Do you have any guesses? Considering she's enchanted like every guy or girl, I'm betting it's gonna be a non-human next. If you haven't already, definitely watch Season 1, treat yourself. The Slime Isekai Season 2 Part 2. Oh yes, the year of the slime continues. The lovable slime is back with Part 2. I mean, which other anime this year got 3 cores that isn't named One Piece? Hopefully you are enjoying the Slime Diaries ongoing right now. Next season, the main story is back on track. Which means, are you ready for more of this lovable slime plus some Demon Lord action? I actually do want to do some videos on this Isekai anime. Post below if you want to see that. And I'm predicting it now. Watch, they're going to be announcing Season 3 at the end of this. Remake our life. You got a super interesting premise for this one. For the main character here, you have a failure of a game developer. After losing his job, you got the dude crying himself to sleep. So sad. He goes to sleep, wakes up, and then realizes he's actually gone back a whole decade. That's right, can he actually do things better on this life retry? I do wonder how many of us would actually do a redo at life given the chance. It almost feels like the premise of some Isekai anime without actually getting a visit from Truck-kun. As a bonus, I do actually love the fact that he's not going back to high school, but uni age. That should add a little bit more flavor. Remake, an anime about water polo? So it looks like Mappa doesn't have a full enough plate yet. At the same time, it feels like they must take at least one sports anime yearly. Last year's sports anime for Mappa, Taizo Samurai, was actually overlooked, but I found it pretty enjoyable, so keep an eye on this. Drugstore in Another World. Next Isekai anime up. Get this, for the main character is actually Kazuma's voice actor voicing him. I'm already on board. The spice for this Isekai is that you actually have old Kazuma dealing some special potions. He's got you covered with the magical weed and much more. The dude has regulars like elves, dragons, demons, batgirls, and more. If you've seen Shield Hero, this dude's special sauce of potion crafting feels super similar, except that's all he has going for him. If nothing else, you got this super adorable wolf girl. See ya, Talia. Jahy-sama will not be defeated. Jahy here is actually number 2 of all demons. But unfortunately, one magical girl comes in and freaking wrecks him. Damn you, Madoka. With the demon realm destroyed, Jahy turns into this adorable loli, really falling from grace. She now has to get a job and fend for herself in our real world. It feels like a super similar setup to The Devil is a Part-Timer, except at least that dude was a nerfed adult. Jahy here got sent back to freaking kindergarten. So will she actually be able to recover this stone to go back to being an adult? But more importantly, will she be able to pay rent? I gotta love me some reverse isekai. These are rare. I've read the start of the manga and I just might binge it now. The Dungeon of a Black Company. Fun fact, a black company in Japan is known as this company with terrible working conditions, often requiring extreme overtime without pay. For this story, you have the main character going through the familiar isekai song and dance. Only difference is that instead of becoming the hero, he's actually enslaved by this evil mining company. Just imagine going from never working to a 14+ workday in a gem mine. Yikes! The story takes a turn when the dude actually decides to venture deeper into the dungeon, which means gambling his luck to make several times the profit. This is gonna be fun. Do notice, this is Silverlink Studio again. My god, they sure are trying to be the Mappa studio for Isekai. Mother of a Goddess Dormitory. Did someone say potential controversial anime of the season? Get this, you have this poor 12-year-old who got dished by his papa after their house burned down. A little bit later, he gets picked up by this random girl. Oh yeah, so it feels like a reverse Higehiro. He gets to now live in this all-girls dorm. It's supposed to be the super ecchi series with the girls getting into interesting situations. Oh yes, kid, time to get cultured. No, seriously, that is how they're selling this premise. I can already picture it. This will get Twitter raging and erupting like this kid around these ladies. Could you fricking imagine the reverse situation? A 12-year-old loli living with a bunch of guys fricking slapping her with their Oni-chan! So yes, officer, right here. This entire dorm. Scarlet Nexus. This anime is actually based on the game of the same title, coming in late June. For the actual story, you have this main group that all have psychic powers. You are teased that the main girl and guy are connected by this scarlet thread, aka the red string of fate. I'm kinda getting this mild Ghost in the Shell / Psycho-Pass vibe. There's like literally no expectations for this anime, which means they could do something totally awesome with a premise. Keep an eye on this. Battle in 5 seconds after meeting. You might like this. You got this bright high school student forced into this death game. You do have spectators in this organization watching these matches, betting on them, or just watching them for entertainment. Did someone say the Hunger Games? You now have the main character, Akira, that's determined to win and destroy this organization that's trapped them. Anime-wise, the premise feels super similar to the recent Darwin's Game. The one difference is that you actually have the main character that loves to think quite a lot through the battle. From the intro alone, I wanted to binge the entire thing. That should tell you something. Next is Isekai up, Tsukimichi. You know the story, the dude gets isekai'd, only to appear in front of this useless goddess. Except get this, her divine ass tells him, deadass, you're ugly. So unfortunately, the dude is quickly banished to the middle of nowhere in this new world in the wild. Yeah, and you thought the shield hero or frigging Subaru had it bad. The main character here now has to make friends with dragons, spiders, orcs, and other fantasy creatures to survive. I'm liking this already. Kanojo mo kanojo. Honestly, I was like 5 seconds from writing this off, but then I got a taste of this spicy premise. You have the main character who has a girlfriend. All of a sudden one day he gets his love confession. So get this, the dude's bright idea is, why not date both of them? Even more insane is that his girlfriend eventually actually agrees to this. At this point, you've seen so many cheap harems that have all the girls wanting the guy's sausage. But at least at the beginning of this anime, it seems that they're actually in this different relationship. You could just feel the potential for some juicy drama. I'm just hoping this doesn't devolve into some boring harem anime. Spirit Chronicles, the next Isekai. Forget about Truckun, the dude gets freaking killed by a pissed off train. Sucks for the guy, this guy got reincarnated in the slums. His life is completely flipped upside down after rescuing a kidnapped princess. As a grand reward, he's actually given a full ride at the Royal Academy, which now means time to put those rich bastards in their place. If I want to be honest, this actually might be at the bottom of upcoming new Isekai in terms of premise. Perhaps as a bonus for you, the main character is voiced by Kirito. How a realistic hero built the kingdom. In typical fashion, the dude got isekai'd. The kingdom here now wants him to play the typical hero role. Except he says, hell no, no thank you. Instead of defeating the Demon King, why not rebuild the economy and actually fix the corrupt system in place? The main character here is voiced by Subaru. On the flip side, the main girl here is voiced by Rem, which means after being asleep for a season, Rem could at least have some screen time with Subaru in this anime. It is kind of funny considering the two look like this SAO ripoff from the light novel art. I haven't actually gotten to it, but the light novel for this has been on my read list for a while now. If nothing else, just know the director has worked on Death Note, Idaten, Deities, and the Peaceful Generation. From the author that brought you interspecies reviewers. You got this world filled with deities and demons. Around 800 years ago, you had this massive battle that defeated the demons. The story here is that this organization is trying to revive these demons. Really what got my attention was, honestly, the poster. Plus the Mappa name attached to this. Just being brutally honest, I don't think the story is that interesting. For some of these deities versus demons, I could see some Dragon Ball Z level stuff coming. Not to mention, there's a lot of potential gore factor when animated. I am wondering how Mappa will handle some of this more controversial stuff. Just know there is some very random nun grave scene. A few chapters later, they even get some cheap joke out of it. I kinda hope they just cut that. Either way, this is being done by Mappa, so keep it on your watch list. My Hero Academia Movie 3. Move over, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, a new challenger is here. Of course, right in front you have the 3 top moneymaker heroes. I am loving that they're at least not canon baiting this movie this time around. But let me know, do you think this My Hero Academia movie can dethrone Demon Slayer? I got my doubts, but still, I'll be there in theaters on day 1 in the morning. Look forward to my review. Fate Grand Order Final Singularity, another Fate movie, this time done by Cloverworks. Ever since moving to Japan, I've been like this Fate vacuum, consuming anything Fate anime related. And yes, I do still consider myself a total casual Fate fan. From the looks of the trailer, my brain's falling out. I got no idea what's going on. But my butt will be kissing the theater seat on opening day. So let me know which anime you're hyped for. I will be reading and liking your early comments. Post below while you get some quick honorable mentions. Higurashi When They Cry, SOTSU. Honorable mention since I haven't seen the past seasons, which is almost like 100 episodes. Ain't nobody got time for that. The Honor Student at Magical High School, a spin-off of the main anime. Seriously, how did this get an anime before season 3? Only a mention since I'm super behind on season 2. But let me know, is this on your watch list? Tonikaku Kawaii OVA. Wasn't top 10 or top 20 material for me last year, but I did enjoy it, so I'm definitely watching this. Come on, season 2 already? The Asian Maga's Bride OVA. Sorry, not a new season. It is just unfortunate that Wit Studio is not working on this. If you are enjoying Vivi from Wit Studio this season, why not give season 1 of this anime a try? For anime delayed, sorry Rudy, you've been put on a timeout. Looks like Mushoku Tensei is now aiming for Shield Hero this fall season. The world's best assassin that got a Isekai also moved to fall. Notably, this anime is by the Redo of Healer author. Even better, Silverlink is behind this. And you thought Mappa was doing too much. If this anime wasn't delayed, that would have been 4 anime in the same season by Silver Goat. So keep an eye on this. Banished from the Hero's Party. Not a Isekai, but this fantasy anime is now in the fall pile too. And definitely check out today's awesome sponsor, Bookwalker. They got you covered for all your manga or light novel needs. And unlike certain other places, they don't censor or remove stuff. You could get a head start on the anime covered here. And if you need any recommendations, just let me know. Just use my code Foxen to get a sweet $5 discount. That way I'll get a rice ball too. But anyway, fun bonus. For the current anime season, what are you watching? Which anime are you loving? Or what's disappointing? Post below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Definitely don't miss my new video on Vivi. Watch that next and I'll see you guys later.